That was my best Randy impression. Good morning! You guys see this? Right here? Ah, it's so sunny out right now. I think I'm going to have to get that blind. Otherwise, I'm going to go blind. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Deborah. Coral, good morning. Good morning, PK. Good morning, Christine. Yeah. Good morning! Good morning, party people! Isn't that what she says? Every time, usually? Hi, Jake. Okay, I've got to get the curtain so I can block off some of this extremely bright sun we have here in Minnesota this morning. It is a cold morning, and it was super windy last night. So let me grab that real quick, and then we'll get started here. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Nancy. Okay. Jake, did you move our table again? Silly goose. I'll walk on the rug when I'm trying to pull it. Goofball. Okay. Where's my stagehand when I need him? Man, it's a little warm in here. Did I not get it all the way? Yeah, that maybe is better. We'll try that. There's still a little bit. That's just coming through the stained glass. That's probably okay. Watch out, Lillers. I don't want to run over any dog toes. Okay, good morning, everybody. She'd say it louder than me? Yeah, probably. Your cold weather is coming our way. No, go on. Don't be so buggy now. These dogs, I've been just doing nothing but taking care of them for the last hour straight. They don't even let me get fully ready in the morning. They just are so demanding. But now it's time for them to not be buggy anymore, okay? I didn't forget Bunsen in the garage this morning. He's right there in his baby basket. Jake's inside, and you guys have both been outside to potty. You're fine. Good morning, Rosanna. Cold weather is coming our way tomorrow. Meanwhile, it's supposed to hit 48 degrees today. Yeah, so yesterday, we had a really, really warm day. It was probably, maybe it wasn't. It probably wasn't in the 40s. I didn't check the actual temperature. Had to have been above freezing because we were melting all day long. And then after Shannon was done with her work yesterday and went home, I took the dogs outside with a special brush. It was like a little comb that had a razor in it. And I brushed out Lily's behind and Jake's too. Jake didn't get the razor, of course, but yeah, and they really liked it a lot. Yeah, hi. You just want attention or what? My little girl Lily. Okay, let me find my other camera and get that going. Good morning. All here in one and all here in Maine. It's a balmy 11 degrees. Wow, I can't even read today. Good morning, one and all. Here in Maine, it's a balmy 11 degrees. Yes. Good morning, Cynthia. What was I trying to do? Oh yeah, get another camera going. Okay, and we have another camera. So today I wanted to try something new. We've been kind of just going along chatting, and I think most of you know me pretty well. But I thought it might be nice if I gave you all the chance to know me a little bit better, since I'm going to be running these lives for morning coffee, at least until Randy gets back. So with that being said, I'd like to host a Ask Me Anything today. Oh boy, my camera's all wonky. So if you do have any questions for me to try to get to know me a little bit better, go ahead and type them in the chat and I will try to answer them and read them all. Okay, that doesn't look very, is that right? Maybe down a little bit more. I'm just setting up this second camera here for you guys so you can see what I'm working on, and I'll just do the Ask Me Anything questions as I'm working on our project. And our project this morning is not beading, of course, because I am not a good beader. Well, I'm like okay, I guess. Yeah, I've got that all set up and we are ready to go to start building. Okay, Nancy has the first question in. How did you meet Randy? This is a very interesting story, and it's one that Randy likes me to repeat to her very often. So I do know the answer to this one. So I met Randy in 2007 or 2008. I think it might have been 2008. I was working in Watford City, kind of out where she's at now with her family and stuff. Our roofing crew had just got back from New Mexico. We were working in New Mexico in like February, and when we came back, they had work for us out in the western part of the state of North Dakota. And so I went out there and we had put a roof on the grocery store, the fire hall, and I think there was a couple of other buildings that we did the roofs on too. And it was only like my second night in town. The first night in town after work, I was only like 25, I think at the time. I'm pretty sure I was 25 or 26. It's been a while now, so I'm kind of forgetting some of the details, but not most of them are pretty clear. And after work, I was going to the bar, and I was single at the time, so I was looking for a companion. And the first night I was there, surprisingly enough, there were a lot of women in the bar. And I told all the guys in the crew, I was like, oh man, this is great. There's tons of girls in the bar. You guys got to come and check it out. Hang out with me tomorrow night. So then the following night, this must have been Tuesday night, probably Tuesday night of the week. I got probably like 5 or 6 of my coworkers to come to the bar with me, and we were kind of all hanging out together and playing music, whatever, just drinking, doing bar stuff. And I was still in my work clothes. I was still just dirty from work. I just went straight there because I was that kind of roofer. And she walked by and she like grabbed my arm and said, "Come here." I think that's how it goes. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly. And then she wanted to dance. She just grabbed me and said, we're going to dance, basically. Because I had seen her earlier that night, and she was kind of in the corner, sitting in the corner with her friends or whatever. But I hadn't tried to talk to her yet. So that's kind of how that went. And then we were dancing, and then there was like not enough room or something like that, so we ended up going outside and dancing outside. It was just like really strange, but we really hit it off. And just trying to see if I can find my pieces here while I'm doing this. It's kind of hard to do 2 things at once sometimes. So we were dancing outside, and then we went back inside. Yes, I did. She was very pretty. Um, yeah. So we went back inside, and then we played some pool and some darts or something like that. I introduced her to some of my friends, and we got our phone numbers and everything, and then we kept hanging out. And I ended up working in town in Watford City for like 3 weeks. So the next night we met up, and we just went to, I think we went to go for a drive, and that's when I met Bear Dog and Banjo, her other dog. You guys probably have seen pictures of Bear, or maybe you've even seen videos of Bear in the past. That was our dog that passed away last year. But the next night we went for a drive in her car, and just kind of got to know each other a little better. And then we were hanging out like every night after work, as long as she didn't have to work, because at that time she was working as a security guard in the casino. So that's kind of the story. But yeah, that's a really good memory. Thanks for the great question. That's one of my favorites. I'm glad I got to tell you guys the story. I'm going to have to tell Randy about that one, because she loves hearing the story of how we met. Strangers in the night. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, and the city, it was the name of the bar was the City Bar. And I still have matchbooks, because they had neon orange and like neon green matchbooks that said the City Bar on them. I've got them somewhere in my office. I don't know where. They're probably still in, because with all my little other knickknacks and junk from my old office, I kind of just packed them all away. And I've been kind of lazy about getting my office put together up there. Been kind of focused on getting the rest of the house together, so I'll have to try to find that, and then I can show you guys the matchbooks from the bar. A little memento of where I met the love of my life. Okay, got those. I'm gonna have to pour myself a cup of coffee here. We're still drinking the Cameron's Hawaiian Blend Gold Roast. Get the rest of these pieces out. 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. I love love stories. Yeah, love stories are great. I was wondering if we were going to get that question, because I think most of you probably have maybe heard some of that story. Oh, there's still water in my cup. Well, not most of you here, but those that have been following Randy for a while, she's probably mentioned it once or twice with all the streaming that she does. You met yours at Software, etc.? That's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably... Oh, Nancy, you're new? Well, that's okay. I don't mind telling it, and that's the whole point of today, is just they ask me anything. If you have anything you'd like to know or you're curious about, feel free to ask me. Don't be shy. And I'll do my best to answer, as long as it's not like too graphic detail about like, that kind of stuff. I got the information on the tallest building in Dubai, which is the tallest building in the world. Yeah, I was pretty sure Dubai had the tallest buildings. Hey, good afternoon, Matt. Matt, we're doing an Ask Me Anything today, so if there's anything you'd like to know about your coffee talker, just type it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. I don't have anywhere near close to the pieces that I need for this. I thought I had them all. I must not have been looking at the right thing. Was I looking at the wrong step? I think I was. Partly. I guess it's coming up on a year here soon. Oh, awesome, Nancy. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. How many pieces is that? I gotta look and count. I gotta count my dots on these large square pieces to make sure I have the right one in place. That is a 4x8, which is this one. Okay. Did you like school? Yeah, I really liked school a lot when I was going to school. I guess my favorite subjects in school were probably history. I didn't really like math when I was in school, but I like doing math now. It's like, you know. Yeah, I probably do need to add a post-it there. I've got some hanging around here too. School was fun. I liked going to school. I liked hanging out with my friends at school. I liked taking shop classes. I took a lot of shop classes. The last semester of my senior year consisted of like one kind of like social studies type class. I forget what it was called. And then shop class, computer class, Phi-Ed, and then shop class for the remainder of the day. So I did a lot of, that's kind of how I got my base in construction too, is by taking those classes in school. I did go to a little bit of college. I went for about 3 weeks before I quit. I was going for electricity and electronics, and the reason I quit was not just because dropout loser. The reason I quit was because my eyes have red-green color deficiency, so I couldn't tell on the little tiny resistors to read the ohms. I couldn't tell the colors, so I was like failing miserably. And I really didn't know what else I wanted to go into because I was dead set on going into a degree in electricity and electronics because I was really big into guitars at that time, and amplifiers and things like that, sound systems. So I wanted to learn all that stuff. So that's why I dropped out, because I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to go into, and I didn't want to just go to class and waste money. So I just kind of cut that all out. But I did like school. I like school a lot. Tell us how you got into bonsai. So, I'm not exactly sure how I got started with it. Burj Khalifa. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. How I got into bonsai was probably... Man, that's a good question too. I think probably through YouTube, probably by watching things I was interested in. I always thought the trees were really cool. There's a guy named Nigel Saunders that I follow on YouTube. He's kind of probably who I'll credit most of my interest in it to, and then I've progressed from there. But I kind of like, I think we had trees growing up in our garden bed in our apartment. And I was digging them out, and like, I don't know, it was just kind of something that kind of just came up, like 2017 maybe, I think is when I started that. Sorry I don't have the good answer for that one. I think it was YouTube though. I'll credit it to watching videos on YouTube for how I got into bonsai. Posted over the other pages, yep, read that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is these, and I need 4 of those. Nancy says, I wish I had taken shop class. Yeah, shop class is so much fun. I think one of my favorite projects from shop class was building a model home out of like that 1-inch Bursa wood, that really lightweight wood. We built the whole things with tiny nails and tiny pieces of wood, and I framed the whole house up. That was really cool. And I designed the house myself. It was my own design. Okay, where are we at here? Yeah, I credit Bonsai mainly to probably watching videos on YouTube. I'm sure it just came across my feed one day, or maybe I was searching it because of an interest with my own garden. Look at videos on how to make wire bonsai trees. I think we've had a few of those in from the Taylor Falls store, but that's not really something I'm too interested in. Like the art form of bonsai in itself, just like I would rather take wire and put it on the trees and bend branches than wire to make a tree, if that makes sense. My interest in bonsai as an art form is not to replicate it in every other aspect of life, it's just to work on the trees and stuff. But I have seen those, they are cool. I personally just have no interest in doing that. What am I looking for here? I need the 1x4s, 8 of those. You have to listen to the voice that says, do this like doing bonsai. Yeah, my internal monologue. Yeah, I've seen a few of them. They are interesting to watch. But I really don't have the patience for that. The wire working is hard stuff. Oh, that's cool, Coral. That's nice. Carmona microphilia, flowering tea tree. Cool. Yeah, I've got quite a few different varieties. I've got, I can kind of show them. I'm probably only going to get through this one step today, and I'm okay with that. But I can grab one and show you guys real quick. One of my favorites. And I think this one was a gift from Randy. But I've done quite a bit of work with it. This is probably my most progressed tree. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Tripod issues. So this is, what kind is this again? I forget. It's a elephant jade. And I'm trying to find my front again. So this is like about the front here. It's kind of hard to show on this one. Maybe I'll use this camera. Okay. Oh, I just gave it a dunk watering too, so it's kind of dripping. Let's see, I think this is my front. And then the plan is to wire this branch down in a cascade, and then eventually, you know, kind of make the triangle down like this. But this is just a Portulacaria afra, I think is the name of it. Elephant jade. So there's that. Here, it shows up better if the background is my shirt. But it's got a lot of branching. So there's that. And that's probably my coolest tree that I have right now, the most developed. How old is that plant? I've only had it for 2 years. But I don't know how old it was before then. Last year, I kind of let it grow wild. And Yeah, so last year I let that tree run wild. I let the branches run. Better put my camera back where it needs to be. I let the branches run wild so it could get some strength. And then I took cuttings, and I think I ended up with, all in all, like 50 cuttings off of that tree. So I've got a bunch of cuttings. They're in a little small container. They're only about, this big, but they're all growing a little bit. They're growing slowly. And I had a friend of mine who was just getting into the hobby of bonsai come and help me pot them up so I could kind of teach him some stuff. And I said, here, this is a good place to start because you can do cuts on these and they'll grow pretty quickly, and it'll help you not to pick on any of your other trees. Because if you work on a tree too much, they say one big work per year, it can kind of kill them. So, but yeah, I got like 50 to 60 cuttings off of that tree alone. So this year, I'll probably have the ones I want to keep, the ones I don't sell or give away. I'll probably have like another 30 smaller trees that'll be like 1 to 2 inch trees, hopefully. And I'll probably just let those go this year. Okay, let's see if I missed any questions up here. Oh my. Okay, it says, where are we at here? Just reminded me to water my bonsai. Carmona microphilia. I'm gonna have to look into that and see what kind of tree that is. Is that like a Fukian tea? Probably not. When and how did you start making jewelry? I only learned how to make jewelry based off of Randy. So Randy taught me a little bit. I think the first time I tried to make anything was probably Christmas 2017 or so. I think we had gotten Jordan, my daughter, we had gotten her like those, like the kids beads that have like the name, the letters, and the plastic beads. We did some of that. I helped out with the LLS charity drive where we were making the warrior bracelets. So I did some of that with stretchy bracelets. Ilonga, I think, was the cord we used, the Ilonga cord. And then when we go out to visit Randy's grandparents on the farm over Christmas vacation, that's all they like to do, is they like to bead all day. So while I'm waiting to play Pinochle or any other kind of card games with them, that's when I would just kind of jump in and try to learn some stuff. So I learned how to make little earrings and stuff like that. So that's kind of my history with actually beading. But yeah, I only learned because of Randy. I had never worked with it before. I'm still learning so much with this beading stuff, you guys. How old is the jade plant? I think I answered that one. I'm not really sure how old that is. It is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to make that one really nice. I think it's going to work out well. How about we put questions before so Jeff can see them better? That would help since we're so chatty here. Yeah, you can do that if you want to. I love Ilonga and Opalon. Opalon is one I've never heard of. Is that like another stretchy cord? Just trying to look back and see if I missed any. Oh, PK. Oh, it's with that colored, with her wrench thing, the different colored name. I kind of skip over it. Have you ever tried those glasses that help see color? Yes, I have. So I tried them at a disc golf tournament. There was another disc golfer. He was a young kid. He was maybe like 14 or 15 years old, and he had just received a pair of the glasses for his birthday. So he was showing him around, and I was talking to one of our mutual friends, and we ended up talking about, because all the disc golf discs are colored, various colors, whatever they come in. And I was talking about how I always lose red ones in the grass and stuff, and I have a trouble finding the red discs. So he's like, oh, you should try these glasses. My friend Henry has them, and they're for colorblind people. And I put them on, and they made zero difference for me. We have the same deficiency, the red-green, but it didn't help me at all. So I don't know if I'm just like too mild of a case where I didn't notice it exactly. But yeah, I really didn't see a benefit to them, really. He thought they were the most amazing thing ever, but I really didn't notice a difference. For some people I've seen, it's like, it'll make them tear up and cry because they're just like, oh, I can finally see color again. It really wasn't that much of a shock to me. Yeah, it was kind of cool. It looked different. I kind of get the same effect just from wearing tinted lenses. For my safety glasses at work, I have some rose-colored red tinted glasses or copper tinted, and those make things really stand out. I've got another pair that makes everything look more green. So my disc golf career, I started playing disc golf in 2007. That's not right. I played disc golf in 2002. I graduated high school in 2002, and then some of my friends, where I was living at the time, these directions are really confusing today. Maybe we won't even get through a step. So I went disc golfing a couple times the summer after I graduated high school. My friends brought me out, or they brought me to a shop where I could buy one because they didn't want to loan me one, I guess, because there was a river on the course. So they're like, no, you got to buy your own. We can't give you one. Good morning, Rita. We're doing an Ask Me Anything, so if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. So I went to go buy this disc. I bought an orange Champion Shark, was the name of the disc. And we went and played maybe 2 or 3 times that entire summer. And I was really, really bad. Horrible. I could not throw that disc more than 50 feet. So after that summer, over winter, I just had it flipped upside down on my dresser, and I would throw my loose change in there, use it as a change bowl or whatever. And I never really played again after that summer. But then in 2007, our roofing crew was working in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and some of my better friends on the job site there, we were all about the same age. They were maybe at most 5 years older than me. I was 20, how old was I? 22 at the time, maybe. 2007, 8, 22. Yeah, that seems about right. 21 or 22, and there was a course around a lake. It was called Richmond Lake Disc Golf Course, and they brought us out there after work. These other guys on the crew, and they had 4 or 5 discs each. They were just kind of recreational players. And I was having so much fun playing with these coworkers of mine, and I kind of got the bug, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. I never realized, because then I learned how to throw a little bit better by playing with these guys. They were better teachers than my friends right out of high school. So that's kind of how it started. 2007, after work, just drinking beers with the guys after work and going out and doing something for fun. Going out and walking, basically. Walking through the forest, kind of. So that was kind of fun. After that, so I got the bug really bad. I was like, okay, I really like this a lot. I'm going to do this. I would ride my bike from downtown Grand Forks to the local disc golf course, which is about 2 miles away. I would just put my bag on my back, my backpack, and ride my bike down there, and I would play all night after work, 4 hours a night. I was so into it. The next year, I joined the Professional Disc Golf Association, and I got my member number, and I started playing a couple of tournaments. Just as like the lower level, entry level tournaments against like novice players and stuff like that. And I played in that division for probably about 5 years. And then in 2011, I took second place in the amateur North Dakota State Championships. And that was 2011. In 2012, we moved to Minnesota. And in 2015, or I should say 2014, the Amateur World Championships was held in Minneapolis. And I did pretty well there. I made the cut to the final day. Like, I think there was only the top 70 players or so got to make it to the final day. So I made it to top like 70 in the world for amateurs that year, which is pretty cool for me. And then in 2015, I won the Minnesota State Championship in the professional division, which is my highest achievement to date. This last year, in moving to this new town, I started up a local league, and I think we had close to 100 unique players in our league last year. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, disc golf is a lifelong sport. You can play it at any age, as long as you're able to walk in a park. You can throw a frisbee and have some extra fun doing it. So I encourage everybody to at least try it once. Great question. Thank you very much, Mary. Where would my dream vacation be? This one's easy, Nancy. It's New Zealand. That's a country I've always wanted to visit. We had to make travel brochures in one of our classes in high school, or maybe it was junior high school. And I chose New Zealand, so I made like a whole travel brochure for the country. But yeah, that's where they filmed like, what is that movie? What is the name of that movie? Lord of the Rings? I think they filmed Lord of the Rings there. But very pretty country. Okay, Cynthia. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for stopping in. Need a little warmer upper shot in the coffee. Yeah, winning the state championship was really cool. I'll maybe have to show you guys a picture of the trophy. It was like, it's an old trophy. I think they had the first state championship in 1979, and on that plaque they put everybody's names. So it had everybody's name from like 1979 all the way up to 2015 where I won. And now they changed the trophy because we were running out of room, and now it's like this big long piece of wood, really tall piece of wood with everybody's names. Yeah, The Hobbit. That's the movies I was thinking of. But yeah, it's a fantastic looking trophy. I'm glad to have my name in the history books there for that. I was definitely the underdog. There were so many better players than me playing that day, and somehow I pulled it out. It was pretty cool. And I wasn't even wearing like athletic clothing. I was wearing like jeans and a t-shirt. Just crazy. I can't believe it still. Early bird or a night owl? Night owl, 100%. Yeah, I'm not a morning person. I don't think I ever was. When I was working construction, like actually doing the job, installing roofs, I would have to get up early and stuff, but on the weekends I would sleep in. So I don't have a problem waking up early. I'm generally a very happy person in the morning when I wake up. I'm not like grumpy or anything like that, but I like staying up late. Okay, so here's here's where I'm like struggling. So I think I have to like build something. I need to put this over the top of this. My skyscraper notes. Who's the messiest? Randy? Randy, 100%. I don't know. Maybe it's... I'm going to say it's Randy. Randy is probably messier than me. I'm always walking around going, I just got to clean up your Randy messes. Like, I don't know. We're kind of both messy in a way, our own ways, but I think it's her. Yeah. You're asking questions you already know the answers to? So here's what I'm struggling with this is I think I have to put these three together for this. It's got a blue outline. And then this one has like a different colored outline. I don't know if that's green or red. But that one goes in like this corner. I don't know. They're kind of confusing. Oh, I see where the dots line up now. Okay. I got it. You knew that answer? Yeah. I think it's Randy, but I'm pretty organized. Well, I don't know. She's gonna hear this or see this, and she'll say I'm full of shit. Actually, pardon my French, but I don't know. I think I'm less messy than her. I'll say that. We're both kind of messy. Okay, this is a by 6. I need one of these. One of these. I'm just gonna kind of lay them out on the cloth here first. I'm glad you guys are having fun this morning. I'm having fun. I thought this would be a good idea for you guys to learn a little bit more about me. I think I need a 3-piece there. Because I just kind of jumped into the middle of your guys' coffee talks, and you know, you guys don't really have a choice in it. You just got me to deal with, so there it is. Have you sent the bargain bead box to Randy? Love to watch design on the fly. Yeah, it should be arriving there tomorrow. I sent it out in the mail. It came in the mail to me on Friday, and I sent it back in the post, put it in a new bubble mailer, and sent it out on Saturday. So that should be, I think she's gonna get it tomorrow. So she'll probably be doing the unboxing video tomorrow night. I don't know if it'll get, it'll probably go up on YouTube on Friday, I would imagine. But it all depends on if the mail gets there in time. Do you do much reading? I'm a voracious reader, but I married a non-reader. I don't know how that happened. I'm maybe a 1 book a year person. Yeah, not really an avid reader, but I do read. I used to read a lot more when I was like in my 20s. But yeah, I'm probably like 1 book a year. Not very often. I think that's kind of how I hooked Randy though, because Randy was a reader. She loved reading. Her grandma loves reading. They all read books. Randy will read her books, and then she'll ship them off in the mail to her grandma. But when I was about 24 or 25, I was reading probably like 5 or 6 books a year. And Randy thought that was pretty cool that, you know, I was a reader at that time. But it's kind of slowed down. I don't read much anymore. What type of book is your favorite? Fiction, nonfiction? And who's your favorite author? Oh, questions for Mary. Ask Mary or ask PK anything. I can answer that one too. My favorite type of book is Fiction is false, nonfiction is true? Yes, that's correct. I think mine are fiction. Fiction, nonfiction. I struggle with that. That's how much of a reader I am. PK says she reads mystery, historical is her favorite, sci-fi, fantasy, nonfiction, a little romance for Flava. Lately, favorite author is sci-fi Nathan Lowell. I can't remember the last book, the name of the book and author that I last read that was really good. I've read it twice though. It's a really good book, the one I'm thinking of. Maybe it's on our bookshelf. Let me go check. I'm not seeing it. Oh, maybe it's up here. I'm not seeing the book. I must have gave it away to a friend. Favorite movie? The Big Lebowski. All-time favorite book was the one I was looking for. I can't remember it though. It was like a science fiction. It had to do with like genome therapy and stuff. There was like a chimpanzee or a monkey that gained speech through like gene therapy. It was a really interesting book. There were all these different characters that kind of tied in from different parts of the world, and they all kind of came together. There was talk in the book about CERN, that's like the big science place, I think. They do the Hadron Collider. I'm kind of like a science, I guess I would say my favorite genre would probably be like science fiction. I just finished Madness of Crowds by Louise Penny. Her Inspector Gamashi series is wonderful. Set in Canada, excellent writer. Just one book? For my favorite? Are you asking me, PK? Caps locks. I think you're mad at me. I don't understand that question, PK, but is it just one book? You're asking me if I just like one book? Because yes, I guess. This is so confusing, you guys. Zipline or Skydive or both? I would think if given the option, I would probably Skydive. I have Zipline before. Just it was just a small one here in Minnesota, but I have done a Zipline. Those are fun. They're still kind of scary though. I don't know. I think I would feel safer skydiving over ziplining. Oh, one favorite book. How do you ask for one favorite? Yeah, I get that too. It's tough to pick a favorite. Favorite movie is easy for me. I've always loved The Big Lebowski. That's always been my favorite. Jeff Bridges is also my favorite actor. My favorite role that he ever did was Rooster Cogburn in True Grit. Another really good role of his is where he plays that country music star. I can't remember the name of that movie. Randy and I just watched it not too long ago, though. This is such a confusing deal. Okay, I think I have the pieces. I gotta at least put something together here. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do one of these, and these are the pieces here that I need for it. It's just getting them together correctly. Okay, I just gotta go for it. I think. It tells you where to put them. Okay. Maybe I'll just start with the bottom. You do this, and then this piece here overlaps one space. That. This goes on the end here. Music favorite. That's a tough question. I have very eclectic taste in music. This morning I was listening to jazz before I started the show. Lately it's been a lot of hip hop. I used to like a lot of heavy metal when I was in high school. Let me see. I think my current favorite artist to listen to is MF Doom. He passed away October 2020, I believe. But he has that like 90s New York City style background beats and flow to his rhymes. But yeah, I've listened to like, there's so many different varieties of music and they're all so good. I think I have such a love for like a variety of music is because I played music a lot when I was younger as a kid, like learning different instruments and things like that. So that's probably a big part of why I have such an eclectic taste in music. Hopefully that answers the question. This is such a weird piece here that they have me doing. Well, the sun has changed positions. Now it's directly over the top of our stained glass. I don't think I can get that curtain any higher, so I'm just going to leave it. But yeah, I like listening to almost anything. I think in every variety of music, every genre, there's probably at least one or two, you know, at least there's got to be at least like one good song in every genre. What instrument do you play? Any favorites? So I started off with piano lessons, like around kindergarten, I would say. My mom used to play the piano. My mom, my grandma, my mom both play piano. So like when I was like in kindergarten, first grade, I was taking piano lessons and I got pretty good. I wrote my own music at that time. We still have a copy of the song somewhere. The school librarian from my elementary school still has a copy of it as well. She thought that was really cool that I wrote my own piece on piano. I think I was like 7 years old when I did that. And then I moved on to playing alto saxophone, which my mom also played alto saxophone in the community band. So I played alto saxophone in elementary school band up until high school. I think I quit playing that instrument when I was like 16 years old. 15, 16, something like that. That's when I really started getting into guitar and rock. We always had this really old acoustic guitar in our house, and this thing was like, it was ancient. The strings on it were probably like 20 years old. They had like this corroded feel to them. I didn't know that then, but they're like copper strings, so they were a little bit, worn. But the thing only had like 3 strings. It had like the E, the A, and then maybe like the G string. So I was playing with like 3 strings on this guitar, just like twiddling around there. And then one of my friends, their parents gave me an electric guitar because I took up an interest in it. I got another acoustic guitar as a gift for Christmas one year, and then when I was like 17, I bought my own electric guitar. Jinx in the chat. Two of the same questions. I always had an interest in playing drums, but I never had the rhythm for it. Recently, when Carol and Verdell, Randy's parents, were staying at the St. Croix Falls house, her mom has a clarinet, and I stumbled upon it one day and I put it together and I was playing that just out of the blue, and Randy's like, "You play the clarinet?" I was like, "No, but it's a reed instrument and I can." All right, Coral. Bye. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, clarinet, any reed instrument I can play. My friend in elementary school played the trumpet, so I learned how to play the trumpet because I was like, hey, let me try that. I'm not very good at it, but any of the brass instruments where you have to have the mouthpiece and do that thing. But yeah, I can play almost anything, and like a lot of my guitar playing, I never learned to read sheet music for guitar. I would just play it all by ear or with tablature, which is the numbers on the fretboard kind of deal. But yeah, I'm pretty confident I could probably play any instrument. The only thing I never tried was like the flute or a piccolo. But I think that's just like blowing on a bottle, right? To make a bottle make noise, where you go like that. Yeah, I never tried the flute, but I would imagine I could. It just probably would be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, playing instruments just kind of comes naturally. I think it's a lot through my upbringing when I was little, always having music around. Piano was always being played. Like when I was like 2 years old, I was sitting on the piano bench next to my mom, just playing along with her. It probably didn't sound good at all, but just for fun. And I think what's really cool now is that my daughter has started playing music this year in band, and she's chose to play the alto saxophone too. So now it's my mom, myself, and my daughter all chose to play the alto saxophone. So that was kind of cool. I was expecting her to choose to play drums. Oh, hey Tish. Welcome to the show. Yeah, but guitar was really fun. I really like playing guitar a lot. When we were like 17, we had like a garage band. Another one of my friends played guitar. Another one played bass. And then we had some Franciscan friars move into the old school once it had closed down. They rented out the school for like $1, these Franciscan friars. And one of the teachers at this Franciscan school played drums. So that was our little garage band. All it amounted, we never really made any songs or anything. It was just basically making noise, just jamming out. So but yeah, another good question. I really love music of all kinds, so it doesn't matter what variety. I'll play anything, I'll listen to anything. Does not matter. Oh, one of my favorite artists' songs to play on guitar was Stevie Ray Vaughan. your son used to be in a band and he writes music and sings, bass player. That's cool. Yeah, I've got a friend that lives nearby now. He's really big into guitar. He's probably much better than I ever was. But he's got probably close to a dozen electric guitars. He's looking at getting a bass guitar. He's got a drum kit in his basement. So I'm kind of curious to kind of check out his setup and get back into it a little bit. But my skills for guitar are pretty shot. Like I can still like pick one up and do a few things, but it's been a long time since I practiced. Okay. So for the building blocks today, this is all I got accomplished. I don't know. The directions were pretty confusing on this one. I guess I could try to I feel like I gotta get something done on this. Those pieces aren't even out. I want to just see how this piece that I put together, I want to see how this one ties into everything. Okay, so we go off of the corner here. And then it must be these ones here. Lovely family. Well, thank you, Tish. And another one here, and Tish, if you have any questions for me, go ahead and toss them in the chat. I promise me and the rest of the Thunder Chatters do not bite. And then this goes inside of this somehow. Had to concentrate when you were talking. Don't worry so much if you don't get the building done. Yeah, I'm not really too worried about it. My focus today was primarily on the Ask Me Anything. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some variety of content, let you guys get to know me a little bit more, because I did kind of just take over the show within the last couple of months. Some of you have known me or gotten to know me a little bit, but I thought this would be a way for you guys just to get to know me a little better. A TV show that you're embarrassed to admit that you like. That's a very interesting question. I don't know that I'm really too embarrassed about watching shows. I mean, like Grey's Anatomy maybe, but that's a really good show. I don't know. If you like something, it's hard to be embarrassed by it, right? At least that's the way I feel. I don't have much shame for the things I enjoy. I guess I could put it that way. Interesting question. That one deserves a little bit of thought, I think. Let me snap a few pieces in and think about it. It's like guilty pleasures, right? Like, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, that works. I kind of like how that piece worked in there. Oh, camera angle's kind of bad here. We're looking at my coffee instead of what I'm doing. Let me just adjust this real quick. Slight adjustment. So this is what we're working on here. Just this little top piece. Interesting. It's like when you're trying to like do stuff in a mirror and you're like, oh, do I move it this way? No, you just moved it completely out of the shot. Yeah, so TV show that you're embarrassed to admit you like. Um, yeah, that's a tricky one. Yeah, I guess it's probably because I don't know, I just don't feel shameful for watching anything or feel like I should be embarrassed by watching anything. If I like it, I like it. Oh, Hallmark movies? Ugh, no. No thanks for me. To each their own. That's like the Lifetime Movie Network, too, or whatever. Like, those movies are... No, not for me. Jeez. That's a great question. It's a tricky question. I don't know. I just don't think I feel embarrassed about anything that I like. I guess that's the best way I can answer that. See, embarrassing. Well, I mean but you can't take others' opinions of something you like and let that affect. You shouldn't let that affect how you feel about something. Do you know what I mean? That's how I think about it. Don't let outside influences affect what you enjoy. I guess that would be my piece of advice on that. If you like something, don't let somebody else ruin it just by their opinion. Because others' opinions of you do not change who you are and should not affect what joy you take out of something. I'll say that. Do you watch any of the Housewives shows? No, I haven't seen many of those. Reality TV is not something I'm really too big on. I know most of you have heard Randy talking about the tuna fishing show that she's been watching. And I don't know, reality TV like that just doesn't really do it for me. I would rather watch a sitcom or something like that. Or documentary, I guess, or whatever. Anything but reality TV. Almost threw a piece on the floor. Yeah, living with a counselor kind of gives me a lot of tools to think about others, think about myself, think about how I should carry myself, how I should treat others, but yeah, definitely how others perceive you should never affect you. You should never let it affect you. So even though I went, ew, oh, I don't like the Hallmark, whatever, honestly, who gives a shit? If you like it, you like it. It's fine. You're allowed to like what you like. That's another big one I like too, is let people like what they like. If somebody likes something, don't try to make them feel bad for liking it. That's always been a big one of mine. So I don't know. Okay. Did I not bring out? I didn't bring enough. I didn't bring out enough of these windows. This one side done. We'll get at least one side of this thing done. Your name Jefferson, after the president or the band? Jefferson Starship or Jefferson Airplane? Great question. I think I was named after my father's grandpa, because his name was, he just went by Jay, and when he wrote his name, it was Jay, but his name was Jefferson. So I think they named me after my great-grandfather on my dad's side. My brother's name is Griffin, and I think my dad picked that out. And I don't know where that came from. I think they might have been like looking through baby books and stuff like that for names for my brother. I always thought it was because my dad liked baseball so much, because I was only like 7 when my brother was born. I thought it was because of like Ken Griffey Jr. or Ken Griffey Sr. maybe, that he wanted to name Griffin, but I think it was the name in the baby book, because he was born in 1990. Yeah, Jefferson, definitely after my grandpa, my great-grandpa, which I obviously never met. All right, I should say I never got to meet him. It's not obvious. I did get to meet all of my grandparents on both sides. Well, thank you. Yeah, I like my name. I like Jefferson. I go by Jeff, but never Jeffrey. I dislike that name. I'm definitely not a Jeffrey. I've never liked Jeffrey. I don't know, when people called me that, I was like, no, it's either Jeff or Jefferson. There's no other way. Yeah, we'll see you later, Christine. Okay, I gotta build this other little corner piece, and then we're gonna call it a stream. I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing with these weird pieces that they got, because they are a little tricky. So a big one for the base, and for that I snapped into okay, off-centered by 1. Like that. And I take one of these and snap that in there. That like so. This piece goes on here. One of these right next to it. Okay. They're not as scary anymore now that I did one. Okay, need more of these to outline it. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. That looks right. Just a bit wobbly. Okay, I think then I snap this piece in here. That. And then another corner piece. There. A few more of these on the outside. You know, I know most of you guys have been following Randy for quite some time. Would you be interested in Randy hosting one of these? Should we try to set up a Ask Me Anything with Randy? Maybe on like Saturday or Sunday morning? Or do you guys kind of feel like you know, there's always something to learn about somebody, right? Hey, you're welcome, Nancy. Thank you all for the great questions. You guys are really, you know, you guys made the show by participating and asking the questions. That was really big, because I can't do that part without you guys. So. We could send her questions. I would say just keep them in your mind. You know, have you guys just think of your questions, keep them for yourself. Write them down or whatever, or maybe we should have you guys send them in somewhere. Let me think about that. Let me think of how we should get the questions in, and then maybe I can well, I think it'd work better if we just do an open format like this, where you guys just type them in, and then she can read along in the chat to get the questions answered. But I think that would be fun for you guys. Get a little bit more engagement with Randy and learn some more about her as well. You guys are pretty kind with your questions. You didn't ask anything too outrageous, so I was a little nervous when I said I would do this morning, but you guys are pretty chill. You guys didn't really make me too uncomfortable with anything you asked, so I think it'd be a good idea for her to do one as well, because they are kind of fun. I like participating in them when I see others doing them. So, all right. Well, I did finish up the one side. You can kind of see the building's starting to come together. It's we're getting there. It's looking like a building. The Art Deco style is coming out. There'll be little gaps here and there with the building blocks, but yeah, it's pretty cool looking. But we'll continue on with that again tomorrow. I appreciate everybody's questions. Yeah, I think you're right, Mary. I think we'll just do it spontaneous in the chat. Just if you have a question for her, just jot it down on a Post-it note or a notepad or in your journal or something. And maybe we can see if she's willing to do this on Saturday or Sunday with you guys. That'd be kind of fun. And then she can just do a simple project like this and not get any of it finished. All right, I had a lot of fun today, you guys. Great questions. I hope you enjoyed it too. If I'm having fun, you're having fun. Christine said she had to go, right? I was going to ask Christine a question. Christine, if you're watching this later, which you probably won't be because you watched it this morning, but I think you worked in radio, and I wanted to ask you if you were spinning hot stacks of wax from the top of the racks. Okay. That's it. I'm just being corny now, so. All right, you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and have a wonderful, amazing, spectacular beady day. I'll do the Randy thing. Thunder Chatters, I am out, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for morning coffee again. We'll try to finish step 18 since we only got about halfway through with it. Have a great day. Bye.